This is a very unique approach to this piece, Faust. There are some operas that, in my mind, are actually limited sometimes by a large physical production, meaning when you fill the stage with a big set and a lot of costumes and all of these things, that sometimes it can actually distract from the storytelling. So with this production of Faust, I wanted to find a way to tell the story about the relationships in a really unique way. So what I did was I came up with this idea to do original video projections over the orchestra. This is semi-stage, so the orchestra is on stage, a very, very large video screen hanging over the orchestra. The singers sing and act and are costumed in modern dress, and they are right behind me as the conductor. But what it allows us to do is for the video projections to tell a completely additional part of this story. Because the projections have such an emotional content, it can actually be another voice in telling the story, just like myself and the orchestra and the singers would. I was very fortunate when I conceived this idea to have a couple of wonderful collaborators with whom to work. The first is the director James Marvel, who's a favorite collaborator of mine, and the second is video projections designer Katie Tucker, who works a lot with San Francisco Opera, for example, on their Ring cycle this year. They're both really, really wonderful at taking us into this other world visually, and they do a lot of work finding certain pieces of art that inspire them, certain images, and then crafting those, manipulating them in a way that helps tell our story. One of the other things I really love about this approach to a piece is that it emphasizes the theater of a concert. And so instead of walking into a regular opera house, people are walking into a symphony hall where they're used to sitting and listening to wonderful symphonic concerts by the North Carolina Symphony. However, what they do in this situation is they walk into that environment that they think is familiar, and it's completely changed. So you have all this very beautiful lighting. You have this great video element. You have a large orchestra on stage, all the singers right there in front of you close. And I'm really fascinated with this idea of just taking a space like Maimande Concert Hall and transforming it into a completely different feeling. And it's something that I'm really excited to show the audience.